I actually cleaned up the taillight housing. I put a 1157, which is a new style bulb in there. So if you have a bulb goes out, you're not going to be hunting around for a Lucas bulb. There's going to be an actual modern bulb that's actually in the taillight of the majority of the bikes you see here.
Okay.
Which is good.
Tell me again about the fender.
The fender is actually the one that came on it when you brought it to us.
Yeah.
We just cleaned it up as best we could.
Right.
That's about the only thing that has not been replaced, but it has been massaged. Obviously, it was pretty banged up. So we had to clean it up, make it look right. We have a gentleman that, like I said, does restorations on Triumphs and Nortons and stuff like that in South Carolina. He's looking through his back stock and see if he's got one of these fenders. So that will be, we'd love to have a new fender on it. As you can tell, it's seen better days. But you can't find parts for everything. Modern style electronics, like I said, the connectors are modern. They're easy, they come apart easily, everything's disconnectable, so you can take the headlight off, you can take the tail light off, everything's serviceable. This is a modern style battery, modern style ignition. We actually put breakers on it, and they're actually mounted underneath there, so, which is a nice system. The breakers are actually a little bit better than fuses, because if you do have some sort of failure, it will cool back down and you can actually start back riding again without having to replace an actual blade type fuse or a bus type fuse, a glass fuse. So it resets itself, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, I never had a key before.
Yep, so you got a key now. Cleaned up the pit cock, obviously put a new fuel line on her. Did the primary, cleaned it all up. Had to machine the kickstand. It was in pretty rough shape, so it's been machined. We put this bumper on there. It has a new stop on it because it was actually coming out too far, so now it actually has a stop to it, and it has a.
We had to weld on it too.
Yep, that had to be welded,
so it's
machined. Absolutely. This is actually the original rear brake switch. That was like the headlight switch. It's fully mechanical, so I was able to pull it apart, clean it up, and put it back together. Wound it up there perfectly. Obviously, it's the OEM piece, so that's kind of a neat little setup. We thought we were going to have to run like I said, a modern style one, but that actually is a fully rebuildable mechanical site one, so you can clean it up. New chain, obviously check the rear brakes, clean the rear wheel. So that was in itself. Mounted a new style horn on it. Horn. Weighed about 20 pounds, surprisingly enough. So, like I said, there is very few things on this bike that have not been touched or cleaned or replaced. Really, the only one that stands out in my mind is the rear fender, and it actually has been massaged to make it look a whole lot better. So, every part of this motorcycle has been touched.
There's a few screwy things about this bike. Bryce rode it. And it was a little difficult.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
Now you don't have. I told you when you said you had zero experience, Kevin. I said that's an advantage. Because
tendency ridden a lot of motorcycles. You're usually used to the shifter being where the brake is on this bike and the brake being where the shifter is. And this is considered what they consider a GP shift nowadays, which is reverse pattern. So if you want to shift up, you actually push down. If you want to shift down, you actually lift up. So it's actually backwards from contemporary motorcycles.
Okay.
So the brakes, obviously 1968 technology. Make sure that you give yourself ample amount of time to come to a complete stop, because they are archaic, to say the least. They are drum brakes, and they operate like mechanical drum brakes. So for the power, it doesn't have enough brakes, but that's the way I designed it, and that's how it goes on these old ones.